Welcome in to No One Asked Us. 2 weeks in a row, you've gotten an episode from Craig and myself. So congratulations. We weren't sure if this would even happen, but we are here. Yes, he's Craig Choate. I am Logan Lee. As always, like, share, subscribe. At one point, we were trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I think at this point, we'll be happy to get to 700 by New Year's. So, but we saw that people actually watched our show last week, so maybe that'll happen again. Craig, hello. How are you?
Good.
I don't feel like we have to catch up about nearly as much since we did that last week.
Yeah, and we spent 20 minutes in the waiting room just chatting just now.
This is true. This is true.
Stuff we could have talked about on a podcast.
Yeah, no, we definitely could have, and we still can. We were talking about Illinois high school playoff football.
Yeah, we'll close the show with that.
We can do that if we want. But yeah, we're here. We're going to talk about some Illinois hoops. They started the season on Monday against Jackson State. We will do a little bit of recapping from that. Game 2 is Friday night against Florida Gulf Coast, a school that I don't really have much to say about.
Didn't know it was a school until 10 years ago.
Exactly. But that is a game that will be happening, so we can talk about what we want to see out of that. I think it's probably got the same thing because Craig and I never disagree on anything. Maybe we'll talk some college football. Illinois football is off this week.
Unless it comes to Yadier Molina Hall of Fame ballot, then we might disagree on that.
Yeah. We have a couple things. We might disagree on. But most of them don't come up that often on the show. Illinois football's off this week, but we finally got our first college football playoff rankings, so we can dissect those a little bit. And we'll just see where the night takes us. So, Craig, you good? Everything good in your world? Let's talk about your world. Actually,
yeah, I was gonna say
the city you live in. The city you live in. Let's go in. Let's talk about it. What is the current status of all things in Louisville? Because yesterday was scary.
Yeah, it was a wild evening. I'm sure everyone watching this knows what happened, but UPS plane was trying to take off, never took off. Really, I think the investigation has already said that it only got like a couple hundred feet off the ground, so it barely got off the ground. But UPS Worldport, like the world headquarters of UPS, is here. It is just massive for this city. So yeah, one of their planes was unable to get off the ground, caused a half-mile long firewall, burned some businesses just south of the runway that it wasn't able to get clear of. It was a huge cargo plane on its way to Hawaii, so it had almost 40,000 gallons of fuel, which is 200 something thousand pounds of jet fuel. So that's not a good combination. And then on top of that, one of the businesses it hit was a petroleum factory. So you pair the fire with the petroleum and put us in a shelter in place for a couple hours. We could see the smoke going over our house. Luckily, we were outside of the shelter in place.
How far away from the airport do you live?
Christy looked it up when it happened. We're 7 miles away, and the shelter in place was 5 miles. So we still did take some of the precautions, like they were telling anyone in the city to. They kept saying turn off their AC, and I was like, "Who's using AC at this time of year?" But I knew what they meant. Turn off the furnace, which we did. Any air intake system they asked to turn off to keep the whatever was in the air out of your house, which we did for a little bit, and then they reduced that shelter in place to like a mile before we even went to bed, so we were able to turn everything back on. But it was a crazy day. I think as of now, we're recording this Wednesday night. You'll hear this Thursday morning, so these numbers totally could change. But as of now, 12 deaths, I think, and one they announced this afternoon was a young child. So just a tough day for the city. Christy's cousin is worked at UPS. He's no longer there now. He's back in Chicago, but we reached out to him because he knows all those people and stuff, and so we got to meet some of the people that he worked with there. Luckily, I think all of them are okay, but there was a connection there. You can't really walk around this town without seeing someone that's connected to UPS. It's such a big part of the city, but yeah, it was rough. Luckily, I think, not luckily, but it's contained at least now. The fire's out. They're able to start doing some of the investigations and stuff like that. But yeah, it was not something you like to walk out your back door and see a plume of black smoke going over, which is what happened last night. So let's hope that never happens again.
Yeah, that was scary stuff. Obviously, I think everybody had seen what was going on there, but as soon as I caught wind of it and I saw your post on Facebook, obviously I was thinking
Yeah.
about you guys. I assumed you weren't, in the line of anything, but
Yeah.
obviously when something like that happens and it affects so many people, it's not good.
Yeah, we had a
But
couple
yeah,
people
glad,
reach out, but yeah, we're all good here.
and everything else around the town is fine, back to normal ish,
Yeah,
aside from
yeah. We at least I went to work today, went into the office. I work across the river, just across the bridge, in Jeffersonville, Indiana. Excuse me, jeez. Which was included in the shelter in place for a little bit because the wind was blowing from the south to the north.
sure,
So most of the shelter in place was north of the airport, and the airport is like directly south of downtown. So downtown was in the shelter in place for a long time. So there's a lot of people there. But yeah, I went to work this morning. Christy also went to work. Um, took Bennett to daycare. Everything seems to be running as normal. And they cleared the air pretty quick last night and said that there was nothing on the plane hazardous. It was just a matter of if that jet fuel mixing with anything and the fire
sure,
would have caused something toxic in the air or something. And seems to be clear now for as good as we know. So
sure.
yeah, thinking about everybody that was involved and hope we
Of
can move
course.
forward.
Of course, absolutely. Well, let's jump into some sports stuff, little lighter
Yeah,
fare, if you will.
yeah,
Illinois basketball opened up their season on Monday night. We won't dive into too much of the specifics as we talked about on last week's show. We're probably not going to do as many post games this season, especially in the non-conference. The start times are just late, and us being on East Coast time and Craig having a baby and all sorts of things, it just doesn't really make sense for us to be staying up that late to do those shows all the time. So we will try to mix in a few here and there when we're both available to. But for the time being, I think we'll probably just plan on doing shows like this, every week or every couple weeks, just kind of recapping what's been going on, and giving our thoughts on games and statuses and whatever. So yeah, Monday night was the season opener. Jackson State in Champaign was never really out of Illinois' control. 113-55 was the final. I believe the game started on a 21-3 run or 24-3 run. I mean, Illinois, as shorthanded as they were,
yeah,
obviously had no problem with a very undermatched Jackson State team. Illinois was without Andrei Stojakovic, Mihailo Petrovic, Brandon Lee, which was the surprise of the day.
yeah.
He apparently rolled his ankle or something in a practice literally the day before or 2 days before. So he showed up on crutches and in a boot. And then Ty Rogers, of course, was also not playing. So that's four rotational pieces that were not playing in this game. Obviously, it did not matter. Illinois still had Tomislav Ivicic, David Mirkovic, Kylan Boswell, Ben Hummerkaus. Everything was fine and dandy for Illinois. They shot the cover off the basketball from 3-point, especially 17 for 37. They hit
Shocker.
17 3-pointers. We're in for another season of hurling 3-point shots. We'll talk about that. But yeah, I think they were like, what did they say? One made, three shy of like the school
Yeah,
record or something.
record's 18.
They hit 17. Tomislav had 3 of them. Jake Davis had 3. Ben Hummerkaus hit 5 3-pointers. Kylan had a couple. Merkovich had a couple. Keaton Wagler had a couple. Big Z was 0 for 3 from 3. But yeah, 17 threes for Illinois. They out-rebounded Jackson State 61-19. So I don't know. We don't need to talk about all this stuff, but what were your, biggest takeaways from this game? I guess we'll just kind of start with that. Other than the obvious, was there anything that really stuck out to you?
It might be pessimistic for me to say that it doesn't matter. It was another exhibition for me.
Yeah.
I really don't put too much stock into it. I know everyone's freaking out about the 17 made threes a little bit. Not like freaking out saying they're going to be the best shooting team in the country, but they're like, oh my God, this team can shoot now. Illinois made 16 threes in the first game last year too. And look what happened. So, I honestly don't put any, maybe a little stock in this. The one thing that caught my eye was the starting lineup. Definitely not what I expected. Jake Davis in there. I know we had the conversation. Does Mirkovich start? And we both, I think, said no, that it would be Hummerkaus. But even with all the injuries, Hummerkaus didn't start. So
Yeah.
I think we were both wrong there. I'm still going to withhold admitting that until we have a fully healthy team. I don't know if Brad might be messing with stuff because he knew that it was going to be a 60-point game. Who knows? Maybe that is the starting 5 outside of Stojakovic when the season comes. But yeah, I honestly don't put a whole lot into it. It was fun to see. It was fun to have a real game on the TV, to see the shots going in and the crowd again at State Farm Center and stuff. But it was Jackson State, man. And I thought this in the evening, like we were having dinner in the evening and, an hour before the game. And I'm like, I have no excitement for tonight. Like, I know there's a game. Every game day I wear my Illinois, a shirt or hoodie or something. I've got my Illinois stuff on. I put my kid in his Illinois clothes for daycare. I'm going to try and do that every game day as well. We'll see if that happens. But then the game got there and I was just kind of like indifferent, and I don't know if it's because of that opponent or I'm just like, I don't know if Brad's just got us to a point as a fan base where if it's not a Power 5 opponent or a high major opponent that we're just not getting excited. But yeah, it didn't really do much for me. I feel like I'm rambling, so I'm just going to say that.
How much orange and blue does Bennett have in his wardrobe already?
He has three outfits. He's only got 3 little, I guess they're called ones. They're not onesies, but the ones that snap down by the to keep it on. He's got 3 of them. Man, he might have 4 actually. Did I just hear him crying?
I heard something.
I think he is. I think Christy just had to go in his room.
Well, if you need to pause at any point, just let us know.
No,
I mean, I obviously agree. There's not a lot you can take away from it. You'd love to see the making the shots and out rebounding 61-19 on the rebounding end. I don't care who you play. That's pretty impressive. But I think it just kind of confirms what we already know. This front court is pretty good. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think I was probably a little bit more excited going into it than you were, but I mostly agree. I wasn't, as amped up. And I think that's largely because the players I'm most excited to see still aren't playing yet.
That's what I was. You mentioned something, and I was like, I guess that is the one thing that it does do is seeing the way some of these guys plays. It makes me more excited to see what this team could be at full strength.
I mean, I know what Kylan Boswell and Tomislav and Ben Hummerkaus and Jake Davis. I know what these guys are. I've seen Big Z play enough to know what he is. It's nice to see Mirkovich. I mean, he's obviously the real lone new. Well, I mean, both the freshmen, I guess. Keaton Wagler as well, who was kind of been talked up all off season so far. He's been okay. He's been fine.
18
But
points.
yeah, I think I'm most excited to see Andrei Stojakovic and Mihailo Petrovic. I think those are the two players that I've been the most eager to see suit up and take the floor. Neither of which has happened yet. So we don't exactly know a timeline for either of these things. It sounds like Stojakovic is getting close to back. I don't know if that means he'll be on the court Friday night or not. I would hope he is, at least to some degree, because the game after that is Texas Tech, and that's a very big game, especially since it's at home against a very good team. I cannot imagine Petrovic will be playing in that game, but if Andrei Stojakovic is close to being able to play, you want him on the court. So I think him playing even 10 minutes on Friday night will go a long way just to get him back into game action a little bit. But yeah, I think that's the biggest thing for me. It's probably why I wasn't quite as up for the game as maybe I would be in a different time, is because I want to see these guys play and they're not on the court. So I don't know. That's kind of where I stand on that. I mean, I think that, as I said, the threes and the rebounding, all that stuff's impressive. Kylan Boswell, I just like having him out there, as we talked about last week. He didn't light it up as far as the counting stats go, but he's just a steady piece out there. I like Ben Hummerkaus driving, attempting to dunk on some guys. They didn't go down. I love the aggressiveness. You and I don't know where we'll stand starting lineup wise. I mean, I think it's pretty clear Mirkovic is the better player, and I was never going to argue that he wasn't. Will Riley was one of the 3 or 4 best players on the team last year. He also didn't start. So, I guess we'll just kind of see what happens as things continue to shake out. Thoughts on Mo Williams' outfit on the sidelines?
Hey, it's 2025, man. They can at this point can wear whatever they want. I didn't know he was their coach. And when they said it, I was like, I know that name. I know he was in the league. I didn't realize he was. I feel like he was in the league for a long time, right?
I think he was probably.
Yeah. So I didn't realize he had that long of a career, but
we've come a long way from the suit and ties to now we're just wearing denim jackets on the sideline. So I mean, whatever. I just thought it was interesting. That
I
was
have no problem with it.
That was my other big takeaway.
I think I've thrown my take on that out. I think it was last year on the show that the coaches that do wear suit and ties still, I think are. I don't want to say the word because I have a child now, but I think they're.
What are you getting?
A little full of themselves, a little DB.
Okay.
DB-ish vibes.
Okay. Sure.
That's my thoughts. So they're like they're better than the game, I guess. Like
so it's because you have a child. Because you have a child now, you're trying not to say those words.
No, we say it right in front of his face.
Just wanted to clarify.
Bad parenting. Please don't report
just
me.
Want to clarify. Okay, so that was Monday.
How about
113-55 final?
How about Brad Underwood telling the broadcast that Blake Fagbemi is the best athlete he has ever coached? He coached Michael Beasley. He coached Terrence Shannon.
Brad Underwood is the king of coach speak. The king.
I hate it. That's the one thing I hate about Brad.
And talking up his players. He's just trying to give him confidence and all these things, but like everybody just hears that and sees that and obviously just reads right through it. I don't even think Blake believes that. So
his use of the word elite is annoying as hell.
Yes. Yeah, Brad has a tendency to do some of these things. So yes, that was also a talking point for sure.
Do you think he plays into it? I think at this point he plays into it.
He does. He knows what he's doing. Anything else pertaining to Monday night that we need to talk about? I don't know what it would be.
Yeah,
anybody you were excited by, disappointed by? I'm looking through the numbers. I mean,
The fact that it's Jackson State, I don't know how much I can take in it, but I thought Jackson East played pretty well.
sure,
11-9.
sure,
I think he looked like he fit out there. I know last year we didn't see him without his warm up on, so we didn't see his frame. But I thought he looked like he filled out a little bit, and he might be able to give spot minutes if need be in the front court.
yeah,
I hope it never comes to that, but he held his own.
yeah,
But yeah, we were just so injury riddled that I don't think I take too much into anything else.
yeah.
I do. No, I'm not even gonna say it because then I'm gonna hype myself up and get myself excited, and I'm not gonna say it.
Okay, well, let's not do that then.
Yeah.
All right, Friday night. This will be tomorrow, as you're probably listening or watching this. Florida Gulf Coast comes to Champaign. Florida Gulf Coast is 188 in Ken Palm. They are 1-0. I don't know who they beat.
It's like an NAIA or something.
Okay, great.
North New College from Florida.
Great. So
Their
this
name
is a
New College.
new college.
I wonder if they beat Old College this year.
So this is a
Bad
tougher
jokes.
opponent than Jackson State was as far as Ken Palm is concerned. Jackson State was 266. What did I say? Ken Palm with Florida Gulf Coast like 188.
188. Yeah.
This is a.
I bought a subscription to Evan Maya this year.
Oh, congratulations! I haven't
So-
re-upped my Ken Palm subscription. I don't think
They
so.
are 170 on Evan Maya.
Actually, maybe I have. Let me log in. I am logged in. Okay, great. I can access this stuff. Yes, New College of Florida. They won 96-60. Good for them.
Any guess where
so
that's
yeah.
at?
No.
Let's play a game.
New College of Florida.
Let's play a game. Where is New
let's
College
just-
of Florida?
Let's just drop a random city name in Florida. Let's go with Ocala.
No.
New Smyrna.
No. Other side of the state. I'll narrow it down a little bit. Gulf side. Small. Not like small, but not a big city. I was there in
Sarasota.
February. Yes.
Oh, are they really in Sarasota?
It is in Sarasota, Florida. Yeah.
Great. Oh, I got it on the third guess. I was gonna try to go even further south of that. All right, great. That's who they played. It is what it is. This is a game that obviously Illinois should also win, but it will be a tougher opponent than what they saw on Monday. Any keys to the game from you, Craig?
No, just do the same thing you did on Monday and be done with it.
As I said, I
think you will get Stojakovic back. I don't know if that's what you're going to say, but I think you'll get some minutes from Stojakovic. He doesn't need to play 30. Get him 10 to 15. Get his feet wet. Get that orange and blue jersey on. Get a feel for it. Don't get him re-injured. Be careful with it. But get him some minutes and then let everyone else get in there. I mean, this is a team that you would hope that Jason Jackstis, Keaton Wagler, Jake Davis, like they could beat them in a 40-minute game, you would think. So get a big lead, get them in there, and don't get any of your guys hurt and walk out of here with a 25, 30-point win.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's the main thing for me is I just want to see Andre play. I don't think I'll actually be watching the game.
I think if you want to
watch it later, but
yeah, if you want to get like nail something down here, create open shots. Like continue to create open shots. I don't think they had too many contested shots on Monday. Do the same thing where you're not having to force things at the end of the shot clock. Run your offense and get out of there with another huge point spread W. I think the line was like 34.5. And I told someone at work on Monday that I was like, I can't bring myself to bet a line like that. And it seemed like most of those top seeds that had those 30-point lines covered. There was a ton of 100 to 50 or 100 to 60 point games on Monday.
Let's talk about that. Basketball did start on Monday.
Did you see the Ohio State score?
Remind me.
They played IU Indiana.
No, I did not see it.
I didn't pay attention to it until I saw the Barstool video of someone went around and asked all their employees, questions like they do all the time, and posted about their biggest takeaway from day one. And Ohio State was talking about how good IU Indy was. 118, Ohio State, 118. IU Indy, 102. Ohio State gave up 102 to IU Indy. What would you be doing if Illinois gave up 100 points to
Is that,
a school like that?
IU Indy? Is that the Jaguars?
It
used to be
IUPUI.
Ooey Pooey. Used to be
Guess
Ooey
what
Pooey.
IU Indy is on KenPom?
What are they?
345.
Wow.
They put up 100 on Ohio State.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, where did Ohio State drop after that? They're 35 in KenPom. I don't know where they were before that.
Their defense is 98 now. They were 27.
What a world. What a world. The only top 25 matchup, I think, all week so far has been Arizona over Florida. I watched a little bit of that game.
I tried to watch some of it.
This Koa Pete kid, he seems good.
Yeah.
For Arizona. Florida, obviously the reigning national champions. So ended up being a close game. 6-point final score. Arizona might be the real deal, though. I'm going through all the scores on Monday. Michigan won big. I know Merez had 24 or something like that.
Yep.
Can't wait for that matchup in February or whenever.
Everyone's already starting the Merez versus Mirkovich. I think it's Mirkovich, not I keep saying Mirkovich.
I don't know. I won't get used to it. I don't think. I still don't think I've said Ivicic or how to said right.
You struggle with that one. I struggle with the American kid's name.
Jaxtus. Yeah. I got that one down. What else was I gonna say? Oh, my whole thing on Merck versus Merez.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have had Merez Johnson. Don't get me wrong. If you have Merez Johnson, you're not getting Merck. You're probably not getting Big Z, either of them. And I'm not saying I would have rather had Merez or would have rather had any of these others, but I think Mirkovich, David,
like Meerkat, Mirkovich,
then whatever. I think he gives you a little bit more offensive versatility. I think he can do a little bit more that Merez gives you athleticism.
And a crazy dad.
Yeah, that too. All right, I'll move on. I'm going to stop talking. Texas Tech, who Illinois plays next week, they thumped Lindenwood on Tuesday. I don't know. There's anything else. Creighton and South Dakota are playing right now.
UCLA had a dogfight with Eastern Washington. That was a little surprising to me. That was a 30-point spread.
Oh,
and they won by 6.
6. Yep.
I just always think UCLA is overrated. They're constantly overrated. Am I lagging? I feel like I'm lagging.
Not as bad as you were pre-show.
Okay.
But maybe a little bit. Okay. Anything else basketball related that we need to talk about? We've only had 3 days of the season, not even.
How many seasons does Stephen Pearl last at Auburn? Because that's a disaster waiting to happen.
Not very many.
They had overtime to beat Bethune-Cookman.
Yeah, we have to stop. We have to stop. What?
Go ahead.
Do you know where Bethune-Cookman is?
Bethune-Cookman on KenPom, I'm assuming, is 300 plus as well.
I thought you were going to try to guess what city that's into.
Oh, no, I know where that's at.
Okay, me too.
Did you go to any games while you lived there?
No. Okay, so here's my 2 things about college sports right now.
They're 193, so they're not. That's not too terrible for a school like that.
I figured they would be higher than Jackson
They're second.
State.
They're the second highest KenPom team in their conference. Okay,
good
fair enough, but still, Auburn should not need overtime to beat them. Go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead.
Here are my two college sports takes that need 2 things that need to stop today. Won't stop today, but need to stop today. They both pertain to coaches. Number 1, we have to stop giving coaches 10-year contracts with tens of $1 million worth of buyouts. I think it's ridiculous. I think the fact that we're allowing this to happen and we continue to offer these to coaches is a problem. And two, we just have to stop. We have to stop as a society, mainly athletic directors, allowing our head coaches to force us into hiring nepotism hires or whoever the coach wants to be the hire. This whole retiring right before the season starts. Oh, I guess you have to leave. I guess you have to hire the top assistant, which happens to be my son or whatever. I think that needs to stop too. So both of those things need to end. Funny that Auburn's in the middle of both of it, but do you agree or?
What's the other one?
Well, I mean, I guess they did fire a coach, but that's not the buyouts.
No,
Not as crazy,
when you started your second point about the forcing nepotism, I was like, who else has done that?
Well, it wasn't so much the
I guess it's
nepotism
not
as it is just forcing your hand as who you want to be the head coach.
Tony Bennett.
It's not. Yes, that's really the only case of nepotism.
Yeah.
But yes, it's happened more than once at this point.
Trying to think of who else it would be. Tony Bennett, Bruce Pearl.
Tony Bennett.
Did Bo Ryan do that?
I think Bo was the first to really set this off.
Because Guard's been there for
but there's been somebody else coaches. Too. Was it Jay? Was it Jay Wright or did they?
And Boeheim.
Yes.
Did Boeheim do it?
Well, he might have.
I feel like he
that
retired
sounds right.
At a weird time of the year.
Either way, this whole saga of head coaches essentially, not always forcing the hand, but being super involved in the naming of the next coach. I understand, like in some cases, obviously it makes sense, but what Bruce Pearl did is. I hate that. Like that's just so Bruce Pearl shady. Like I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
It won't last.
And now he's all over TV. Isn't he doing TV for TNT now?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, we don't have to get into this, but I thought that the TNT broadcast for that Vegas stuff, the Tip Off Classic, I thought TNT's doing a great job. I'm glad they're getting more into college now because they've had the tournament. So some of their people can get exposure to it throughout the season.
Yes. I think TNT has done a pretty good job of sports coverage. I think it was unfortunate that they lost the NBA. Yeah. And so now they don't really have major sports to that level. Obviously, they don't have the NBA and they don't have the NFL, and they have a small collection of college and college football and college basketball and some baseball. But I think they do a really good job with their sports coverage.
Yeah, I do too.
But yeah, anything else basketball before we move on to football?
I don't think so. We're not quite into the meat yet. I know there are some good games this weekend, but I think aren't there a couple ranked games this weekend? Or am I crazy?
Probably.
St. John's, Alabama is Saturday. That's a really good one.
Okay.
It's at Madison Square Garden. Arkansas, Michigan State is also Saturday. No ranked games on Sunday, so just those two. But I know they're coming. I think probably next week it ramps up with obviously Illinois and Texas Tech. But Kentucky, Louisville's next week too.
Yes. You going to
they're
that?
playing so early in the season this year. I doubt it. I mean, I probably could
Where's
if I really wanted to.
Where's that one at?
It's here. I could if I really wanted to because we have a connection here now. But it's hard to go to night stuff with him because his bedtime's at like 7:30 or 8. So that one's not doesn't tip till 8, so probably not. And that's the same night as Texas Tech, Illinois. So no, I think I'm good on basketball. We'll ramp it up here in a couple of weeks.
We'll move to football. We'll start with Illinois. Illinois beat Rutgers on Saturday, 35-13. I didn't watch a second of this. I was watching high school football. I know Luke had 3 or 4 touchdowns.
I think he was a Big Ten Player of the Week.
I assume you watched this. Do you have thoughts? Do you have feedback?
Yeah, I did.
Takes,
I actually
hot or cold?
For the first time in a while, I took a nap in the middle of this. I fell asleep in the third quarter. It was good. We did have the in-laws in town this weekend. So they were doing some stuff around the house. I think they took Bennett for a walk to try and get him to nap. And so I napped at the house. But no, it was a pleasant sight to be able to do that, if you know what I mean. The game was so in control. I didn't have any doubt after the first couple drives of the result. So as far as Power Five or Power Four, whatever it is now, opponents this season, it was the most in control game I feel like Illinois has had, which is good. I know I said last week that I expect Illinois to win the last 4 games of the season, and Saturday did not sway that one bit. I think they did exactly what they needed to a team that was inferior to them. So um, I would like to see the running game get going a little bit more. Let me look at the stats, unless I'm totally. I mean, they ran for 210 yards, I guess, so maybe that's okay. But like I said, I fell asleep for some of it. But um, it was exactly what it needed to be. Yeah, I forgot Altmaier ran for 88 by himself. Um, and I think that's the one thing that might hold this offense back is that none of the 3 running backs have really had a moment yet. I know you haven't
Yeah.
watched
No, yeah, you're right.
much of the season, but I feel like a lot of the I mean, Valentine has had hit or miss things, but I feel like Fagan and Lawfrey really haven't got going, and they need to get that running game going. I trust Luke with the ball in his hands more so than any quarterback I can remember at Illinois since Shieldhouse probably. But yeah, looking at the schedule, you got 3 more inferior opponents that if you
Yeah.
take care of, you're going to be in another really good bowl. I know the college football playoffs out of reach now, and I know that was the goal heading into the season. Um, and maybe it was a lofty goal, kind of unattainable. I don't want to say unattainable, um, but to be in that conversation is not somewhere that Illinois has been. So maybe some heightened expectations. But if you win these last 3, you're going to be in another Citrus Bowl like bowl game, and to have that in 3 of the last 4 seasons, I mean, it's incredible where the program is. And I've seen a ton of tweets about, the back-to-back season thing. Like Illinois has not had that. I think the
Yeah.
most wins in back-to-back seasons has been, I think, 18. So if they win these last 3, that's 19. If you win the bowl game, that's 20 wins in back-to-back seasons. That's
Yeah.
never been done at this school. So there are some things that can happen this year that we've never seen. So anytime you can say that sentence, something's going right.
Yeah. No, things have certainly been going well for Brett and this team. I think, and we talked about it last week. I mean, I think part of it was the expectations. I think the expectations were high for this team, probably higher than they should have been. I
Yeah.
think the fact that Indiana is having the success they're having probably has something to do with it. But I think the thing for me, and I know that there's this discourse about like obviously this is a successful season for Illinois. Like I don't think there's anybody that's trying to say it's not, but there is certainly a um, level of excitement that's significantly dropped off
Mhm.
after some of those losses, particularly probably after the Washington loss. And we talked, as I said, this is something we talked about last week. But I think for me, the fact that there is the expanded playoff now, um, I think Illinois, to their credit, like this is what they're playing for now.
Yeah.
And but obviously until they get there, you know, um, they're still going to kind of be in this, middling realm.
Mhm.
But I'm certainly happier where they are now than where they were, 5 years ago. So,
Yeah. I
so
mean,
yeah, they
I
should.
we're probably repeating a bunch of what we said last week as far as football goes. We said when he was hired, if Brett Bielema can win 6 to 8 games every year,
Yeah,
they're going to build a statue for him. And if they win these last 3, that will be
yeah,
3 9-win seasons in 4 out of 4. I mean,
I'll take it.
he's the dude knows how to win, especially in the Big 10. And I don't want to get too far ahead, but I'm more so starting to look at next year. Like Luke's gone, You're going to lose a lot of key pieces. And I don't want to say I'm looking that far ahead, but I just feel so confident in the last 3 games that they're going to get to 9 wins. They're going to make a good bowl game. At that point, if you win the bowl game, great. If not, you made the Citrus Bowl, you made the Reliant Quest Bowl, whatever. That's awesome for Illinois. Now let's try and get to a college football playoff, because teams have shown that it's attainable for schools like Illinois.
Yeah. Let's talk about the playoff, because the rankings did come out yesterday, Tuesday, a couple days from when you're probably watching or listening to this. But Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M were the top 3, and Alabama was 4. I don't think a ton of surprises there. I'm sure people wanted to make a case for Texas A&M maybe higher than Indiana or something like that. But the fact that Indiana's blowout win over Illinois is the deciding thing here. Is there's something to that. Do you have any issues with 1 through 4?
No.
Okay.
No.
Did you have any issues with anything in the top 10 or so?
I guess that's right about the area where it starts to get a little sketchy. I wouldn't say sketchy, but where it starts to get a little opinion based. Or
it's all opinion based.
It's all opinion based.
9, week 10, whatever. I mean, this is the first ranking to come out. This is November 5th. Yeah, it's all going to be opinion based.
Oregon, I think at 9, they haven't really done much. And they lost. Who's their loss to?
Indiana.
Yeah, their loss to Indiana. They have beat nobody. I know at the time Penn State was 3, but we know what Penn State is now. So their next best win is Northwestern, maybe. And then right behind them, the whole Notre Dame, Louisville, Miami thing is a little weird to me. Notre Dame is 6-2.
Yeah.
Again, they beat USC. That's a good win. But they lost to Miami, and Miami is 8 spots below them.
Yep. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Doesn't make a whole lot of sense where Notre Dame is. Texas, I kind of feel the same way about. I don't know how Texas is 11. I guess they've won 4 in a row. I didn't realize that, but they haven't looked good doing it. Every game is a 1-possession game outside of that Oklahoma game. The talk here obviously was Louisville. You know, they're 7-1. They're sitting in a pretty good spot. 1 spot behind the team that they lost to. The overall takeaway down here, though, is that the committee just hates the ACC, because their highest ranked team is 14. Georgia Tech is 17. Louisville is 15. Miami's 18. So they got 5 teams in, because you got Pitt at 24. But if you don't currently have a team in the top 12, at this point, that probably means you're only getting 1, because not everyone's there's not going to be multiple teams win out. That just can't happen. So that a little cause for concern for the Louisville fans down here, that if they lose another, that's going to knock them out. But yeah, I like that Washington's in there. I feel like they haven't been respected much of this year. Also, I saw Stanford Steve on McAfee today saying that it's looking like the Big Ten's only going to get 3.
Right.
Ohio State, Indiana, and Oregon. So
yeah. I mean, I think a lot of things can change, obviously, between now and December, whatever date this stuff gets locked in. But I don't know that I see a lot of things changing. Kind of going off of what I'm seeing here now. I think, you know, as I said, a lot of things can happen. Ohio State could certainly lose to Michigan, because we've seen that happen in the past. But I mean, Ohio State and Indiana are pretty much locks at this point. Texas A&M is a lock. Alabama's not going anywhere. Alabama plays Eastern Illinois in a couple weeks. Like,
yeah, I hate that SEC rule, and I'm so glad they're changing.
It's just, yeah. I mean, there's certainly room for some movement, but yes, judging by this initial rankings, I agree that it doesn't look like there's a good path for the ACC to have more than one team in. It'll really come down to the ACC or the Big 12, probably, who gets the second team. And as it stands right now, that'll definitely be the Big 12. Because it looks like the Big 10 is probably going to get 3. The SEC is probably going to get 5.
Notre Dame.
If Notre Dame wins out, I think they're in. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see their schedule's pretty easy, right?
It is. It's very easy. They played their 2 most difficult games of the season right off the bat, and they lost them both. And then, I mean, I said
they play at Pitt. Pitt's really good.
Yes, and that Pitt game will certainly be that'll be an elimination game for those teams. Yep. I was kind of going through my whole
Bracketology?
Who's in, who's out. Yes, sort of. I didn't do it last year, but I had done it for the few years before that. I know, I think there's still technically 30 some teams that could make the playoff. Realistically, I think you're probably looking at about 16.
Could Illinois still make the playoff? Is there a path for Illinois?
I don't know what it would be. No, I don't know what it would be. I don't think you're getting in with 3 losses unless you're maybe Alabama.
Didn't Notre Dame have, or not Notre Dame? Didn't Clemson have 3 last year, but they won the ACC?
Yes, sure. But Illinois would have to get to the Big Ten championship game, and I don't think that's happening.
They've got 3 conference losses, so they can't.
Sure. For a 3-loss team, yes, if you potentially make it to your conference championship game and win that game, then yes, obviously you're going to get in. But to be an at-large or whatever, I don't think 3 losses get you in for most teams. So I think there's still, as I said, 30 teams or so that still probably are technically in play. But yeah, Memphis is the highest group of 5. They're not even in the top 25. So that says something about that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the biggest thing for me was, if you're going to put Notre Dame over Miami, okay, fine. I know Notre Dame's played better lately than Miami has, but 8 spots higher seems egregious. But as I said, it's literally the first week of this. So we'll see how things shake out for the next month. All right. We are not even an hour into this thing. We don't really have a plan.
I have a, I don't want to put it in Sharpie, Seth Davis.
Okay.
But I might put it in pencil.
Okay.
What if Dabo Swinney takes another job this offseason?
It's funny you say this. Where did this come out of nowhere, or were you listening to something today too?
I wasn't listening to anything. I was listening to something, and it's been his press conferences the last couple of weeks.
Okay.
I think, I don't know if he's smart enough to do it, but I think now would be the time for him to get out.
So it's funny you say that, because
was there a flight from Clemson, South Carolina to Penn State?
No, I didn't look at that. I listened to John Fanta on Pardon My Take today.
Oh, okay.
I was listening for the basketball talk, but
yeah,
they spent most of the conversation with John Fanta talking about college football, because John Fanta now is a college football person because he does college football for NBC Sports.
NBC, yeah.
That's not why I tuned in.
Another network that I think is doing great in sports.
I agree.
NBC
I think
Sports
their studio team needs a little work for the NBA, but I think it's going to be great. But he made a good point about Dabo Swinney, and he said, I just thought it was interesting because he made the connection, but he didn't complete the thought. What he said was, I'm waiting on Dabo Swinney to pull the John Calipari and up and leave.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about it after he said that. I said, that's interesting, but he didn't fully complete it because Arkansas is available.
Oh, yeah.
And of all the locations, that's the one that I could kind of see happening.
Really?
I mean, LSU's not going to offer it to Dabo. Well, okay, I shouldn't say that. I don't think Dabo's at the top of LSU's list.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go whatever order you think of: Penn State, Florida, Auburn. I don't know that I see Florida offering to Dabo. Maybe Auburn could, maybe Penn State could, but I kind of think the Arkansas thing would be interesting. They have the money.
Yeah.
They have the boosters there with the Tyson money and the Walmart money. Like, I don't know. There was just something after Fanta made that comment about the Calipari thing. It got me thinking about the fact that Arkansas is open, and I think of all of the options, I think that one kind of to me almost makes the most sense.
I forgot that Arkansas was open, to be completely
Yeah.
honest with you.
Yeah, I think it's probably the fifth best job at this point, behind LSU and the other three we talked about, Auburn, Florida,
Yeah.
and Penn State. I think the next one is Arkansas.
Could you
But
imagine him at Penn State going from
yeah,
the scandal that they went to, one of the most terrible scandals in college football, to the most like God-fearing coach in Dabo Swinney?
yeah, yeah.
Um, I thought LSU might be a fit. You don't think that they would go after him?
It's not that I don't think he'd be a fit. I just think I don't know. I think that situation is going to be messy. I know they have officially figured out their administrative issues, so they have a
Yeah.
president and they have an AD now, so
Yeah.
that's not going
Which
to be in limbo.
might make that
Um,
job a little less favorable
so
if
I don't
they
know.
can get shit figured
I
out.
guess I can see it to an extent. I don't know. They kind of went that route with their last hire. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Hiring
Brian
away
Kelly
a
was kind of
huge
a
coach.
similar
Yeah.
mold as far as
Sure.
experience and all that stuff. So I mean, maybe I think if Dabo wanted to do this, up and leave and go somewhere else, I think he would be one of the top targets for whichever school it is. He would be right up there with Lane Kiffin as, probably target number one or two or three, maybe for most of these schools. So yeah, I could certainly see it. I thought the whole Arkansas thing made sense.
This is the
Um,
site I was looking for. I couldn't remember it.
Hit
According
me.
to Bet Online. Oh, what if he goes to Auburn? I could see him going to Auburn.
Yeah,
Auburn next head coach. The odds-on favorite is John Summerall from Tulane, then DJ Durkin, who's already there, then James Franklin. Florida Gators odds. Lane Kiffin is minus money. He's minus 150 to be the next Florida coach. Eli Drinkwitz is plus 120. LSU's next head coach, Joe Brady, plus 300. Current offensive coordinator, I believe, for the Bills. Is that right? Lane Kiffin, plus 375. One, Nick Saban, plus 400 to be the next LSU head coach.
it's not happening.
Next, Arkansas full-time head coach, James Franklin, plus 400. Ryan Silverfield, plus 450. Bobby Petrino, plus 450. PJ Fleck, our buddy PJ Fleck from Minnesota, is plus 600. Oklahoma State, no one's really talking about this opening, which is so sad because I like Oklahoma State. Zach Robinson's the favorite there, then Jim Knowles, and then G.J. Kinney. I believe he's at Texas State. Here you go. Penn State, next head coach. Wow. I think there's some movement with this line. Brian Hartline is minus 250. The Ohio State, I think is he the offensive coordinator? I think he's just the wide receivers coach.
I don't remember.
Then Eli Drinkwitz is plus 275. Joe Brady plus 300. UCLA's on here. Jed Fish, interesting. From Washington, Jonathan Smith from Michigan State. Deion Sanders is plus 700 for UCLA. And then Virginia Tech is James Franklin minus 250. So that seems to be momentum for Franklin to be the Virginia Tech head coach. Interesting.
Which of these jobs
Dabo is not on any of these.
Which of these jobs does Barry Lunny end up at?
He'll end up at he'll replace one of these group of 5 coaches that take the big job. So like if John Summerall goes to Auburn, I think Lunny has a chance for Tulane. Of these, obviously Arkansas, that's his alma mater. But I don't think he's ready for that. He is on here plus 2,800 to be the next head coach, but he's way down the list. He could go to like UTSA because I just saw their coach is on here for Arkansas, Jeff Traylor. if he leaves, he could go back there because that's where he went to Illinois from as the offensive coordinator. Um, but yeah, he'll go to one of those Group of 5 schools, I would assume, once they take the head coaching job at a bigger school. Hope he doesn't, because man, he has schemed up some beautiful plays this year. His stuff at the goal line, and I know Altmaier admitted that they're stealing stuff, which it's football. People steal stuff all the time. But
Mhm.
some of their goal line, like 4th and goal or 3rd and goal from the 3, some of those plays have been absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. But yeah, I think going back to the Dabo thing. I could certainly see that happening. I don't know where he would end up, but I think his
I'm
time at
surprised he's not
Clemson
on any of these.
is. I think it's time. I think it's
Yeah,
time for
I
him to
think it
move
is too.
on and get out of there before he gets the boot and pull a Calipari. I think that was a good way to put it by our boy John Fanta.
Dabo is listed on
Um,
3 of these openings. He has odds on 3 of them. He's plus
which ones?
5,000 at LSU. He is plus 3,300 at Penn State, and he's plus 2,500 at UCLA.
Interesting. I don't see UCLA happening.
No,
I think he can
I
get a
mean
better
they
job
have
than
odds
that.
on. They have odds on. So they have 6,600 plus 6,600 for UCLA. Dan Lanning, Marcus Freeman, Ryan Day, and Nick Saban. So you can they'll put odds on anything on Bet Online.
Okay. Marcus Freeman's not leaving.
No,
Um,
no.
anything else you want to talk about? Any other hot takes? Do you have anything you want to say about YouTube TV and ESPN?
I I okay, I understand the outcry, but
Are you a
it's not that
subscriber now? I don't. I lost track of who does
for
what.
what?
Serve for YouTube TV. Are you a
Yeah, I have
subscriber?
YouTube TV.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have YouTube TV, but I also have the Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN Plus bundle. So
Sure.
it doesn't affect me. And people are bitching that they can't figure out ESPN. I'm like, go to the app, the game's right there. Like it's not that hard. Like I understand
You're
the
paying
outcry.
for that in addition to YouTube TV, or are
Yeah,
you getting that?
it's the bundle with Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus.
So the new ESPN app, it's a part of that. Because
It's yeah, it's the
I
ESPN
pay for
Unlimited.
Hulu and Disney Plus, but it does not include the ESPN.
Yeah, it's like 25, $30 a month for those 3.
Sure.
Um, but I make sure to get that because all the SIU games are on ESPN
Sure.
Plus. So
Yeah.
that's important to me because I try and watch all of those.
Yeah.
So I understand the outcry because not everyone does that or wants to pay for that or can figure that out. But for me, I'm just like I can figure it out. I'm smart enough. I know to open the app, anything ESPN. Like I haven't missed anything on ESPN that I've wanted to watch, so it doesn't affect me. I just share the same sentiment that both companies are greedy MFers. Like everyone went to your service talking to Google because you provided a cheaper alternative for this. I was telling Christy because her parents were thinking about getting it a couple months ago, and they were asking me about YouTube TV, and I was telling them, you know, I was with them from inception. Like
Yep.
I remember the first thing I did when I moved to Champaign in August of 2020 or 2015 was I was like, you know what? I'm not going to get cable. I'm going to get YouTube TV. I've heard I'm going to try this out. And I have stuck with it the entire time. The only time I cut it and went to cable was when we were in Champaign. We moved into a 2-story townhouse and the internet wasn't very good. So I was like, we can't be doing this. So we went to cable so we could get that wired, wouldn't lose signal. That's the only time I've left them. So I've been a proponent of them from the get go. But it's $90 now or whatever it
Yeah.
is, and then like you said, paying 30 for this package with you Hulu and Disney Plus, and
Yeah.
then Netflix, and then you know HBO Max, and it's all that stuff. But everyone also talks about well, wasn't that cable? Like, no, you still had to pay extra for HBO Max. Netflix isn't on cable either. Hulu's not on cable either. So like even if they bundle what we used to know as cable, even if it comes back, you're still paying $50 extra for the streaming services.
Yeah,
So it's
cable
like
hasn't gone away.
no, that's
Cable
not
is
the
still
fix
there.
though. It's just like it's all of the different streaming services now that have their own content,
And they're all
it's
the prices. I mean, I understand the capitalistic side of this. Like these things cost money, but it's all gotten out of hand. So
yeah, they're all asking for more money, and if YouTube TV has to pay ESPN or Disney, I guess, more money to carry their channels, how are they going to make that money back up? They're going to raise their prices of YouTube TV, and it's us that are paying for that difference. It's not YouTube TV, it's not Google, it's not Disney paying for that. It's their customers that are paying for it. There's
but
just no way around
Disney
it because they know people are still going to pay it.
and Disney needs the money because they forked over billions of dollars for these television rights to all of these leagues.
Yeah.
So that they can broadcast Monday Night Football and the college football playoff and college football every Saturday and the NBA and all these
And
things.
then
So
where does that money go for these TV deals? To your schools. So if you
Yep.
look at it, you're paying your school's revenue share for their media deal.
yeah, that's
There you go.
certainly one way to look at it. Anything else? You have your Christmas stuff up yet?
No, did you see my Instagram story? Oh my god. Did you see my Instagram story on Saturday?
Yeah, I replied to it.
Did you? Oh, sorry. A couple people did. I don't remember.
Yeah,
What'd you say?
because I posted my own.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
said, bitch, don't kill my vibe.
Yeah, you did. You're right. Yeah. No, I did turn it on just to mess with Christy. She was in bed. I woke up with Bennett that morning and she was still sleeping, and I turned Christmas music on. And I think she woke up. She's like, I forgot what she said, but she's like, no freaking way. No, we will. I think we'll probably put ours up right around Thanksgiving or maybe a little before. But your thought process last year changed mine a little bit, because I've always thought that everyone forgets about Thanksgiving, and you said Christmas is a season, Thanksgiving is a day. I was like, that's a decent way to look at it. It's a
day.
Yeah.
I love Thanksgiving, but you spend as a society. Sorry, I wanted to eat my Christmas.
Yeah,
tree
for
cake.
those listening, Logan cracked open a Christmas tree cake, one of the little
It's
Debbie's.
been sitting here
eyeing
waiting
you
for
for
the
an
right
hour.
opportunity to eat it. No, you don't spend an entire weekend decorating your house for Thanksgiving. You spend an entire weekend decorating your house for Christmas. So
except in your
why?
case, because your house stays decorated for Christmas.
There are some things in my house that stay decorated for Christmas.
You have a Christmas tree up all year.
Yeah, and I have lights on in our living room. But I mean,
what people don't know. Sorry, I keep interrupting you. What people don't know is, I mean, they do know this, that Logan is married now, but they probably don't know that his wife is even more Christmas crazy than he is.
True. Can confirm. But I mean, honestly, we yes, we do have a tree up year round, but we haven't like actually decorated for Christmas yet. A lot of people already do that before Halloween. My lights on the outside are up.
I mean, you probably need to do that earlier than normal because it gets cold like right about now. So you got to do the
I put my outdoor lights up in October, just on a weekend when it's warm, and then I turn them on whenever I want. But anyway, why spend a whole weekend to put up your Christmas decorations when they're only going to be up for a month? Give it 2 months.
Yeah,
you can still enjoy it. You can still enjoy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a wonderful day, full of family, food, and football in the middle of the Christmas season. Our house has been decorated for Christmas every Thanksgiving for the last few years. When Allison's family comes over, no one cares.
Yeah.
You know what? Yep. We can enjoy it.
That was our thought last year too. Plus, with the baby now, we want him to enjoy that as much as he can.
There you go.
Do you want to talk about the wood?
The wood, baby. The wood.
It'd be better if they won, but
the wood. Yeah. I went back to Oakwood for playoff football. Oakwood hosted a playoff game this weekend for the first time in several years. I don't remember the last time it was, 2019 maybe. They played Carrollton, and good program. 1A playoffs. Oakwood was 7-2, Carrollton 6-3. It was a good football game. I don't exactly remember the breakdown. I'm pretty sure it was like 14-14, either at the end of 3 quarters or like towards the very end of the 3rd quarter. So it was a close game. I think Carrollton scored first, and then Oakwood, I think, had a pick 6 and controlled the possession basically the entire 2nd quarter. So it was like tied, I think, at the end of the half, and then tied again in the 3rd. And then it was just really a couple big plays in the 4th quarter that really were the difference. But either way, it was exciting to get back there and see them play that and host that game. I think it's a game they obviously could have won, but it was good to see. I haven't seen a high school football playoff game in several years. Because last year they played somewhere near Peoria. I did not make it to that. So that was cool. Went back to see the fam and do that stuff. So hopefully the goal next year, Coach Cam, is 9 wins. I think is the goal.
Yeah.
So I think when he took over, it was like 2 wins, and then 3 wins, and 4 wins, and 5 wins, and this year they got to 7, and so no, it was fun.
By IHSA records, the 20th Oakwood playoff appearance in school history.
Like 20th year they've made the playoffs.
Uh-huh.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Were they 7-2 in 2019? Is that right?
8-3 was their final record.
So yeah, well they
that means they won a game.
I don't remember. Yeah, that means they won a game. Won it in the playoff.
Yeah.
In 19. Yes, in 19. Yeah.
Yeah. Guess how many times Pinckneyville has made the playoffs?
I don't know. How many? 3 times?
3 times.
You said Oakwood's made the playoff 20 times?
20, yeah.
And Pinckneyville's made the playoff 3 times?
3.
They don't know how to play football at that school.
No, it's.
I didn't.
Really
I guess I knew
we
I
had
knew
never
they were a basketball school, but I didn't realize it was that bad.
Made one until 2003. 2003,
wow,
2006, 2011, and we have not made one since.
I had no idea it was that bad. That's crazy.
We've had in 2013 and 2015 football seasons, school years 2014 and 16. We had 5-4 records, so we had winning records, but we did not have enough playoff points to get in, so we were left out of the field. Yeah, it's not good. I don't want to spend too much time on this because I don't know how many of our listeners care. Did you see the controversy in Porta?
The Porta, yes.
Porta and Fairfield.
Yeah, Fairfield. Yeah. The 5th down.
I know that there are rules, and you have to go by the rules, but I have never seen such a clear cut. Like, hey, we can change the results of this game because, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Justified. Changing the results of this game would be justified in the way it played out. Yeah. I am livid for Fairfield. Like, oh man, the IHSA sucks so hard for this. For those that don't know, I'm going to try and go by memory here. 4th quarter, Porta gets a first down, I think. And did they spike it on first down?
I don't know exactly how it played out. I know that they spiked it at one point, and
I think they spiked it on first down.
They got a 5th down.
I think they spiked it on first down, ran a play. They ran the ball on 2nd down. Went to spike it on 3rd down, but the quarterback's knee was down when he took the snap. And so the refs wound the clock. They got back up to the ball, spiked the ball with 1 second left. That was 4th down.
That should have been 4th down.
The refs spotted the ball, kicked a game-winning field goal. And there was no time on the clock when they spiked the ball on that 4th down. So the game should have been over. But the refs spotted the ball with 1 second left. They kicked the field goal. Fairfield obviously protested it. Porta even said that there were thoughts and talks that they were going to forfeit the game. because they didn't realize the mistake until they watched the film the next day. They thought that it was all correct. But I guess in the IHSA bylaws that like once the game ends in the playoffs, there's nothing. Like the ref's ruling is final, even if Porta forfeited. Like Fairfield could not play, but just erroneous leadership on all counts by everyone involved in that, and I'm just so pissed for Fairfield. Like,
First off, I do think it's funny that two grown men in their 30s that live in Indiana and Kentucky
yeah,
are sitting here spending 10 minutes talking about Illinois high school football in class 1A or 2A or whatever.
it's in our blood, man. It's in our blood.
But second, I agree with everything you just said. I have to think, though, because we do live in a world now where we have all these games are recorded. Like there is video evidence of everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the caveat here being that it's probably not quite as universally, technically speaking, across the board, like even, like not every school is going to have the same capabilities. Like, and so unless there's a more uniformed video type of thing, I don't know that they can change those things.
Yeah.
Like I just, it sucks. And like, I agree with everything you said, but it's one of those things that even though I know we have the technology and all these games are video, we have all this stuff. I just think that would be my thought from their standpoint is like, it's still not quite uniform enough for us to be able to make these changes.
That's the thing that I did think of watching the video because it was a Fairfield stream. And so they were freaking out thinking that the game was over, but you can't see the clock.
Yeah.
You can't see the scoreboard on the video. So
right. Yeah.
We don't know for sure if it hit 0 or not. And if there's still time on the clock, theoretically anything can happen. Sure. But if that buzzer did hit 0 on that 4th down play, that's a tough pill to swallow for Fairfield. But
yeah, tough stuff.
I digress. Right. I don't think we need to spend any more time on that.
I agree. We've been doing this for an hour. I did want to
ask you one more
thing.
Oh,
there's more? I love it. I'm here.
We watched it. We're trying to get caught up. Have you been watching Dancing with the Stars? Are you a Dancing with the Stars fan? Is your wife?
No. I mean, I know the cast, and I know obviously Danielle's on it. I don't know.
That's why I was asking.
And I saw there was some drama this week.
We haven't watched this week.
Judge.
So
okay, I don't know what it was.
Week, so
all I know is there was some sort of drama. I don't know what the drama was, but I do know what. Yes, Danielle Fishel, Boy Meets World. Yes, I know she's on the show. I have not been watching. No,
we have never watched the show. But I saw the cast this year, and I was like, you know what? I know a lot of these people. I'm going to check it out, and it has been thoroughly entertaining.
Yeah, I honestly thought I would maybe do the same thing, but I'm just so bad at picking up reality shows. Like I thought I was going to watch Amazing Race this year because I knew all of those people from Big Brother, and I never did. Every year I say I want to start Survivor, and I never do. So I'm really terrible at it.
Survivor is my favorite show of all time, so you definitely should watch.
We binged all 4 seasons of Stranger Things. That's what we did towards the back end of summer into the fall. Yeah. So now we are totally caught up for
on that one too right now.
I saw that. Yeah. Millie
allegations being thrown around there.
Allegations about David Harbour. That's interesting.
Thanksgiving week, right?
Yes. They're going to drop it in three parts, 3 waves. Thanksgiving is the first wave, Christmas is the second wave, and New Year's is the third. I think the finale might actually play in theaters, from what I've heard. But that'll be New Year's Eve, I think, right in the middle of bowl games. So I don't know if I'll do that or not. But yes, first part of season 5 drops on Thanksgiving. I have decided that season 3 of Stranger Things is one of my favorite seasons of television ever.
Really?
The mall scene or season. I like the pairings of people. I like the mall aesthetic. I like the food court, all that stuff. I don't know why. I just, after watching it again, I really like that season of Stranger Things.
That makes sense. You're kind of an old soul. You like those malls, movie theaters.
I love a good mall. Like I miss malls. Like I don't go to the mall here. Allison,
we were just talking about that this weekend when her parents were in town because we went to the mall twice actually.
Ooh.
And here we have 2 malls within half a mile of each other, which is weird.
Yeah.
But we were walking around and we were both like, "Man, these used to," because there was a great crowd at both of them. Like there were people everywhere. Like that's so nice to see because half of them are dying, but the ones here are packed.
Yeah. I mean, we have really just the one here. I go to it like once a year, usually around Christmas time. But
Huh. Season 3 has a 89% on Rotten Tomatoes.
what are the others?
That's higher than season 4. I think season 4 is the second best season of the show. I think 1 is the best, 4 is the
Sure.
second best. I don't remember 2 and 3, so
So
they're 3 and 4.
two was no, three was Billy, and four was
4 was
Vecna.
Vecna. Yeah, who was 2?
Two was, oh God, I don't, Bob. Two was Bob,
Uh,
Sean Astin's character.
yeah, that's probably my least favorite.
Yeah, I don't know. I just really like three. That was my
Yeah,
big take from rewatching him.
I probably should because it's been so long
Yeah.
since they've been on that I probably need a refresher. But
Well,
yeah, I'm excited. I really
we
like
have a
that
few
show.
weeks. Yeah.
All right,
All right.
let's
Let's
stop
do it.
rambling.
Let's get off here. Thank you for watching, listening, however you take this in. We appreciate you. We will be back sometime soon, maybe next week, maybe in a couple weeks. I don't know. We're just gonna see how this goes. And yeah, thank you again, Craig. It's great to chat with you. Great to see your face and hear your voice. Do you have any final
buddy.
words for the people?
I don't think so. We'll probably have a more defined show as the season goes on. We're just kind of getting on here rambling right now, but yeah, it's nice to be back in the swing of things.
If you have things you want us to talk about, hit us up in the comment section or on Twitter.
Yeah, yeah. Since we don't have the live chat anymore,
Yeah.
we need some comments.
All right. He's Craig. I'm Logan. We will see you next time. Thanks for watching, listening. No one asked us. Bye.